So for the first stretch here is a calf stretch. So you're going to pop on all springs, lying onto your back, and just toes on the bar. You're going to let one heel sink underneath the bar. So the further you push that heel under, the bigger the stretch you should feel in your calf. This will also open up your ankle. And then switch across to the opposite side. Again, just really press your heel under. Make sure you're feeling that calf open up. Now, just for added stretch the second time you do it, just pop your resting leg or your foot on the opposite side of the bar and pull with that. That'll create a bit more stretch into that calf. And switch it over. And with all the stretches in this class, just make sure that you remain relaxed throughout your body, aside from the area that you're stretching. Your breathing should remain really relaxed and controlled. Now, for the next exercise, just knock your headrest down flat if it isn't already. It's just slightly easier on your neck. All we're doing here is just a wee bit of simple bridging, so we're just starting to mobilize your spine a wee bit. So you're just going to pick your spine up off the carriage one vertebra at a time, and then roll it back down onto the carriage one vertebra at a time. The aim is just do this nice and slow. Almost feel like you're melting your spine down onto the carriage, and then you're peeling it up away from the carriage bit by bit. It's just to get your spine moving and warmed up. Okay, now just sit up for a second. You're going to change your springs. So you're going to change here to 2 reds and 1 yellow. And then we're going to pop our feet into the longer straps. Just make sure that your straps are equal length here, so you don't want to feel like you're getting more tension on one side than the other. Start with your legs in a high position, tailbone resting on the carriage, and just open those legs out as wide as you can. For extra stretch, you can grab onto the straps and you can push them out, which will open up the inside of your legs more. You can pull the straps backwards a bit more, which will create more stretch down through the backs of your legs. Again, just keep that breathing nice and relaxed as you stretch here. Upper body should feel really relaxed. Now you're going to switch here and you're going to bring the soles of your feet together with your knees out as wide as you can get them. Now you're going to grab onto your feet here and you're going to get that feeling of pulling your feet towards your chest. As you're pulling your feet more and more towards your chest, get the feeling of your knees going wider and wider. So you're going to feel this again a lot around the hips. And then extend your legs out nice and straight again and as wide as you can. So you're just repeating those 2 stretches again. Just try and make the stretch slightly more intense this time, so a bit of extra tension on those ropes. Push those feet wider, pull the feet further back. And then feet together again. So soles of your feet tight together, grab onto the feet with your hands and really pull back towards your chest. Again, you're trying to get that feeling of your knees pushing wider and wider. Now, make sure your tailbone's down on the carriage. You're going to extend only your left leg out now as wide as you can. You should feel that there's roughly equal tension on both straps as you do the stretch. So you don't want to feel like the leg that isn't stretching hasn't got tension on that strap. And you're just switching here. You're going to hold just for about 10 seconds and then switch across to the opposite side. So Again, just looking to feel this down the inside of the legs mainly, but through the backs of the legs as well. Just trying to really get those hips opened up. Now, once you've done that twice on both sides, extend your legs out nice and straight. And we're going to go into wide circles here. So you're going to start with your legs in a high position. You're going to open those legs as wide as you can and draw a big circle down to the bottom. And when you get up to the top, you've got to make sure here that your tailbone stays on the carriage. Try not to let your bum lift up into the air at all. Then open wide and then circle down. When your feet touch at the bottom, your back shouldn't be arching, so make sure you're not going too low towards the springs. So just nice and controlled movement. Shouldn't be any movement here in the lower back area, so that should stay nice and relaxed on the carriage. Again, just breathe nice and relaxed throughout this. Now with all these movements, they're going to be slightly slower than what you'd be used to doing. So you're just deliberately going that bit slower, trying to push that bit wider, trying to get that bit more out of the stretches. Now just switch directions, open at the bottom, draw your circle up to the top, and then just a wee bit of a squeeze back down to your start position at the bottom. Try and feel those feet get as wide as you can as you circle up. Now, from here you're going to open your legs out really wide, and we're just working on circling your legs. So imagine those circles are being made inside your hip joints. You're just circling with every time you come around in the circle. Try and feel like your feet are getting wider and wider. So they're only small circles about the size of a tennis ball. And you're trying to push the feet wider and wider. Now we're going to go to some single leg stretching. So you're going to take your right foot out of the strap. You're going to try and get your right foot on the floor. It's important that you hold on to the rope with both hands. That way you can determine how much stretch you're getting on your left leg here. So the left leg's going to be straight up towards the ceiling. Right foot on the floor. Now for the second part of the stretch, just move your left leg slightly across the midline of your body. So you're looking to stretch into a more nerve stretch this time. And the last stretch here is a glute stretch. So you can do this with your right knee or right thigh resting against your left foot, and you're pulling your left foot towards your right shoulder. You can also do this with your foot resting on the bar and just have your foot in that position. Now pop your right foot back into the strap, and left foot now is going to go out of the strap and onto the floor. Aim here is to get your right leg as straight as you can. So again, if you need to push more tension onto that rope that you're holding, that'll make it easier to get that leg straight. And then just moving your leg across the midline until you feel like you're getting a neural stretch. That can feel quite horrible. Just make sure that you're keeping that breathing nice and relaxed. Okay. So this time I'm going to keep my foot on the bar just to show you. So you're going to grab onto your right foot, and you're basically trying to pull your right foot towards your left shoulder. The tension of the rope is already pulling you, so you can use your hand for a wee bit extra if you want. And you can keep your left foot just nice and relaxed onto the bar. Okay, now place your longer straps back down onto the poles, and you're going to sit up, and you're going to change now to just a blue spring. And we're going to go into some of our lunge stretching. So hands on the bar, rest your left knee on the carriage, foot is against the shoulder rest. If you just push back here, and then you're going to get the feeling of really sinking your pelvis towards the floor. You're trying to open up the front of your left hip here. Now for added stretch, take your right hand and reach back. So you're trying to open up your chest, try and get as much stretch into your upper body and spine as you can here as well. Keep sinking towards the floor. And then just relax back in again. So if you step your right foot forward slightly, right leg this time is going to stay locked out straight. Keep pushing your left leg back until you feel you're getting a good stretch down the back of your right leg. Then lift your toes up. Now, from there, relax your shoulders and just breathe really relaxed. For some people, especially with tight hamstrings, you're going to feel this is a bit intense. It's important that you keep the upper body relaxed as you're stretching it. Okay, and then come all the way back in. Just be very careful in the next stretch, especially if you've got any knee issues. You're going to bring your left knee as tight to the shoulder rest as you can. You're going to try and grab onto your left foot, and you're going to do a wee mini lunge here. So you're looking to get quite a big intense stretch here on that left thigh area. So you keep pulling your heel towards your bum, and you keep feeling like your pelvis is sinking towards the floor and your left hip is driving forward slightly. That's going to open up the hip flexor more. Next is an inner thigh stretch. So you're going to pop a mat onto the floor for your right foot so it doesn't slip. Bring your hands across to the opposite end of your reformer. And you're going to try and open up those hips as wide as you can. Now once you've opened up and you're feeling a stretch, take your left hand here first of all and reach it up towards the ceiling and look up. Right, and relax. And the last stretch in this series is a glute stretch. So just cross your right foot over to the far shoulder rest. Try to get your shin flat down or as close as you can on the carriage. Now, you're going to step your left leg as far backwards as you can while you drop your chest down towards your right shin. So you're going to feel that hopefully open up your right glute and right hip area. Okay, so just walk around now to the opposite side. We're going to repeat that series on the opposite legs. So your first one is your lunge. Push your right leg backwards. Sink your right hip towards the floor and then take your left hand and reach way back, opening up that chest. And then relaxing back in, you're going to straighten out your left leg and then push back. When you feel like you're getting a good stretch, start to lift your toes up, balance on your heel. Keep stretching down through the back of that left leg. So now into your quad stretch. So your right knee is going to rest against the shoulder rest. You're going to grab onto your right foot with your right hand and you're going to go into a mini lunge here. So again, if you're quite flexible, bring your heel closer towards your bum, sink your hips even lower towards the floor, Get the feeling of your right hip, the front of it driving forwards, creates more stretch high up into the hip. Now into your inner thigh stretch. So pop a mat underneath your left foot and push your feet out nice and wide apart. Your left hand's going to stay onto the opposite end of the carriage. Your right hand's going to reach up towards the ceiling. So you're trying to stretch here through your chest and upper body while stretching the inside of your legs. Okay, now from there you're going to take your left foot and you're going to cross it over to the far shoulder rest, and then you're going to try and step your right leg as far and as straight behind you as you can while dropping your chest down onto your left shin. Okay, just pop your mat back up where it belongs. This time you're going to sit on the carriage. You're going to pop your hands on the bar and start with your feet in a lower position on the plate. And then aim here is just try and straighten your legs. So you're going to push away while still holding on tight to the bar. Try and get your legs as straight as you can. Dropping your chest a bit more down towards your thighs. Nice. Switching, you're going to bring your feet up onto the bar as well. Hands on the bar and feet on the bar, and just push again. Try and extend out as straight as you can again with the legs, dropping your chest down. If you find this too difficult, you can just revert back to the first stretch. Now, switching here to a red spring. You're going to kneel up on the carriage, left foot forwards first of all on the bar, and then push your right leg backwards as far as you can. So aiming here to try and get that carriage to touch the far end if you can. And then ease all the way back in. So you're going to repeat that stretch now on the opposite leg. So push your left leg back, try and get your right leg straight as you can. And just while you're stretching here, just remember to relax those shoulders. And just breathe nice and easy through the stretch. Okay, and ease all the way back in again. So just adding on an extra red spring here. So you're going to pop your left foot back up onto the bar. This time the aim is to stretch the front of your right hip. So I'm going to drive my right hip forwards as much as I can, get up as tall as I can, and then reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and do a side flex over to your left. So you want to feel a nice big stretch into the front of that right hip area, into your hip flexor. Keep driving your hip forwards as you stretch. And then switch across to the opposite side. So right foot goes up onto the bar. Again, just try and get up as tall as you can first of all. Get that feeling of driving your hip forwards, your left hip, and then take your left arm up and then try and create more stretch by side bending over to the right. Right, we're going to drop right down to blue spring again. Just make sure you have no pillow on your headrest and your headrest is flat. So you're going to start by stepping your right leg back in between the shoulder rests and then cross your left leg in front. Now aim here is to sit as low as you can towards your left hip. So really stretch that right leg out behind you. And then when you're ready, you're going to push away. So you're going to get the feeling of pushing to drop your chest down towards your left shin. And this is looking to stretch out that left glute area here. You can keep your hands on the bar or you can pop them lower down onto the outside of the reformer. Keep feeling like you're pushing pressure downwards with that left bum area. Keep feeling like you're pushing your right leg further backwards. It's going to open up them hips a bit more. Then come in, hands on the bar and get your spine up nice and upright. Almost feel like you're extending backwards. As you're doing that, you're pushing more weight down onto that left side. Okay, and then again, just push away. Stretch out that glute. Now, you're going to come back out of that position and you're going to walk your right knee forwards a bit so it's definitely on the spongy part of the carriage. Now you're going to grab onto your right foot with your right hand. You're going to try and get up as tall as you can, pull your heel towards your bum, get the feeling of your right hip driving forwards, feeling a big stretch in that quad. Do be careful with this here, especially if you've got any knee issues. When you're finished, just gently relax out of the stretch. Now starting that series on the opposite leg, so cross your right leg out in front of you. Really step your left leg back here in between the shoulder rests. Try and get your left leg back as far as you can to really sit low towards the carriage with your right hip. And then just push away. Again, looking to feel like your chest here is pushing down towards your right shin. Okay, then up tall. When you're in that tall position, kind of get a wee bit of extension in your spine and really push down with that right side. Try and open up that hip that bit more. Again, just push away. Last time. Okay, so when you come back up this time, just step that left knee forwards a bit so it's on the soft carriage. Grab onto your left foot with your left hand, get up into a nice tall position, feeling like you're pulling your heel towards your bum, driving your left hip forwards. Okay, and relax. Okay, now take one of your mats and set it against the two shoulder rests. For this, you're going to do this on a red spring. So you're going to pop your left foot on the mat, Got to be very careful as you step your right foot back onto the bar. So make sure you're watching your foot as you put it on the bar. Now, aim here is to push the carriage as far forwards as you can. You're trying to get your feet as far away from each other as you can. That should stretch out quite a bit through the hips and to the back of that left leg. And a lot of these are going to feel this on the front of that right thigh as well. Once you've reached as far as you can, just hold. And when you come all the way back in, finish with your left leg straight as you can. Then you're getting the feeling of pushing your chest down towards that straight left leg. Your right foot just stays nice and relaxed on the bar for now. Then push out again. So again, trying to open up the hips. Find a position that's comfortable for your hands. If you feel here like a red spring is pulling you back too much, you can switch down to a blue, which is lighter. This time you're going to come all the way in until your left leg is straight. Your aim here is just to lift your right leg up, away from the bar. Then get the feeling of dropping your chest down more towards your left leg. And relax, okay? So you're going to pop your right foot now on the mat. Carefully set your left foot on the bar and then split stretch out. So again, just trying to reach as far as you can, then hold. You should be feeling a nice big stretch here in both hips. Right hamstring, left thigh. Then when you come all the way back in, right leg as straight as you can. Try and drop your chest down towards that right leg. And then again, just push forwards, lengthen it out as much as you can. Okay, so just come all the way back in this time, right leg straight, and then your aim is to try and raise that left leg up. As you're doing that, you're trying to get your upper body to tilt forwards more, drop down more towards your right thigh. And relax. So just pop that mat back where it belongs. For the next exercise, we're going to use the blue ball. So you're going to drop the bar down and you're going to sit with your bum as close to the two shoulder rests as you can get it. That gives you plenty of room behind you so that you can lie back on the ball. So you're going to rest that ball roughly around mid-spine area. Pop your hands just behind your head. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, just extend over the ball. So you're going to feel a nice pressure in your spine here. This is just a very soft ball. It's just opening up that mid-thoracic spine. Now move the ball just slightly up, and then again just extend back over it again. Just keep adjusting your position. You're only really extending over that ball for about 5 to 10 seconds at a time. And then just change the ball to a slightly different area of your spine. You have the option as well of lying back on the ball. And then you're just kind of rolling from side to side. So you're kind of pushing a wee bit more into the rib cage, or the area between your rib cage and your spine. Just into those junctions. Just trying to free that area up a wee bit more. And just make sure you're not holding your breath as you stretch back over the ball. Okay, so that you finish with the ball, going to use the long box for the next bit of the stretching. So we're going to sit onto the box here. You're going to lift the bar up just one notch. So it's not on the bottom hole, it's on one up from that. You're going to grab onto your foot strap and you're going to have your feet underneath that foot strap. You're going to sit near the front of the box here and we're just going to work on some full rollbacks into thoracic extension. So you're just carefully rolling your spine down onto the box. When you get to the edge of the box, I want you to extend back. And reach way back. So you're looking for a nice big mobilization again into your mid-back area. And then you're going to slowly come back up again. Now, between each one, you're just going to slightly change positions here. So again, just roll back nice and smooth. And then extend. You can reach those arms back and just let your head completely relax. And then just work your way back up nice and slowly. And just roll them back nice and slow. And then again, just extend. You're putting a nice big pressure into that mid-back area. Reaching way back. Then arms up, head up. And just nice and smooth. Sit all the way back up. Okay, now moving on. I want you to sit up really tall here. Grab onto the back of your right leg. I want you to feel like your left foot's still underneath that strap here. But just feeling like it's relaxed. You're going to extend your right leg as straight as you can without your spine moving. You're doing that 3 times. And keeping your legs straight, just roll back until you're lying comfortably on the box. You can let your left leg just completely relax against the strap. In this position, aim is to get your right leg as straight as you can while lying down. You're going to feel quite a bit of stretch down through the back of that leg. Then try and climb up your leg as high as you can. Try and get your back up as tall as you can. And really pull with your arms here. So the more you pull back with your arms and push forwards with your chest, the bigger the stretch you're going to get. And then switching legs. So right leg trapped underneath the strap. Extend your left leg as straight as you can. And then flex. So again, just doing 3 of these to prep. On number 3, once you've got it up, hold. And then just roll them back. Keep that leg as straight as you can. And then when you're ready, just climb up that leg. Try and sit up as upright as you can. And really pulling quite hard with your arms here. Try and create more and more opening through the back of that leg. Okay, now drop the bar down to the last notch. You're going to lie face down. Now you're going to move your body here over more to the left hand side of the box. And you're going to lift your left leg up and over. And you're just letting your spine rotate here. You're going to hold on to the bottom of the carriage or bottom of the rails. And then relax. And then move over to the right hand side of the box, bend your right leg and lift it up and over. Again, just trying to feel a bit of stretch around your pelvis area and to your lower back. Okay, now lift the bar up to the top notch, and you're going to lie face down now with your chest just off the edge of the box. We're just going to do a bit of extension, so this should feel very gentle. Arms stay straight throughout. Just let that spring pull your body forwards, let your spine extend backwards, shoulders nice and relaxed away from your ears, and then just ease it back out again. So that spring's helping you on the way in. You're just letting your spine bend backwards. Ideally here, get the feeling like every vertebra in your spine is moving slightly backwards, rather than just one or two vertebrae doing all the bend. Perfect, and then relax. So you're stepping off now, and that's you finished with the box. Okay, now last stretching routine is a mermaid stretch. So get into mermaid position, left shin against the shoulder rest. You're going to push away. You're just on a red spring here. You're reaching up and over, trying to get a stretch down through your side. Now rotate, both hands are on the bar, and you're going to push away. As you're doing that, keep your left bum cheek low. Try not to rise your hips up too high away from the carriage. Now come up tall, arms should stay straight, push your chest forwards. And then again, just push away, extend all the way out. Now work your way back up, take your left hand rested on the shoulder rest, take your right arm and stretch up as high as you can first of all. Get a nice big side bend. Both hands now on the shoulder rest and rotate as far left as you can go. Then take your left arm and reach it further back for a bit more spinal rotation. You're going to spin around to the opposite side. Push with your left arm, reach up and over with your right arm. Right bum cheek should stay low on the carriage. Both hands onto the bar. As you push away, try not to let that bum lift. Now come up tall, push your chest forward, shoulders back. And again, just extend away, nice and smooth. Reach it right out. Now come back up, take your right hand off, rest it on the shoulder rest. Left arm up nice and high and lean across. Both hands down, rotate to your right, and then finish reaching that right arm way further back. Perfect, and that is your stretch class finished.